In this lesson, I'm going to give you the easiest tip, the easiest way to get better at playing acoustic guitar, specifically as it relates to worship. Okay, the easiest way to get better, assuming you know the chords, assuming you have the chords, the G chords, the C chord, the D chord, the E minor, assuming you know just those basic chords, and assuming you know how to strum. You don't have to be the best strummer in the world, but assuming you know how to strum with the pick, even if it can get a little bit choppy at times. The easiest way to get better at playing acoustic in regards to worship music is to actually play along with the song. So the songs, they're all in different keys. They can be in the key of G, can be in the key of A, can be in the key of B, C, whatever it may be. I list on all the lessons I do, I list in the description what key the song was done in, what capo, what fret to put the capo in, to put the capo on, which chord shapes to use. I have the chord charts for all of these tutorials, all of these songs on my Patreon page. So the easiest way to get better, assuming you have the foundations down, your chords, strumming, just, a basic strum with the pick, the easiest way is by playing along with the actual worship song. So on YouTube or on Spotify, I remember when I was maybe 2 to 3 years into my guitar journey, I just remember I was learning Give Me Faith by Elevation Worship. And I just remember it was capo 2. It was the G chords. I didn't even know what key this was in, what this meant. But I just remember playing that song and listening to it, I don't know, probably hundreds of times. And I printed off, just the lyrics, and I would write down the chords, where they went, how many down strums, how many up strums, listening and watching the actual song. So that's by far the easiest way to get better at playing worship music. And I'll tell you why, for a couple of reasons. So first of all, if you're playing along with the song and you can tell that they're going into a chorus and you still have 2 more chords to go on your sheet, you can tell you're way off. So you have that automatic feedback that, okay, they're going into the chorus and I still have 2 more chords on this last line of verse 1. You can tell automatically your timing is off. So that means something's wrong. So you got to go back, rewind that song, play it from the beginning and figure out, okay, where am I going wrong? Do I have too many chords? Am I strumming too much? So it's gonna help you a ton with timing on your chord changes, timing going from your verses to the pre-chorus to the chorus. So it's gonna help you a ton in that regard, specifically the timing. The second reason it's going to help you a lot is it's going to help you with dynamics. So we know that for most of these songs, it doesn't go from like 0 to 60 miles an hour, like right out of the gates. Usually there's a little slow build, and then it builds, comes down a little bit, and then it builds, and then maybe it hits the apex of the song and comes back down. So that's different dynamics. So when you're strumming and when you're playing, it's gonna help you feel different dynamics that you can just like replicate with your strumming. So if the song is very slow for the intro and the first verse, and the chord progression is G, D, C, well, you're gonna tell by the flow of the song and just the spirit of the song that you probably don't want to be going super hard on your strums. Just keep it nice and easy. So it's when you're playing along with the song, it's just going to help you with dynamics and the feel of the song. I have a lesson on strumming patterns for the 6 essential strum patterns you need for worship music. I'll link that up top. It kind of talks a lot about dynamics and just how you can use this right hand, if you're a right-handed guitar player, to add dynamics based on how hard you're strumming and your different strum patterns. So the third reason playing guitar to the actual worship song is going to help you is because you can actually grow in confidence. And this is something that I learned. You know, when you're just learning guitar, you're not super good at it, and it's just you can like hear all the imperfections, you can hear all the like stubbles, and you can hear all the muffles and things like that, and you can get kind of insecure about it because it's just one instrument, and you can hear those things and they're like amplified and magnified to you. But when I found out, when I played with other people and when I played to the actual worship song, like if I had it in my headphones, or if I just blasted it, when I heard other noises and other instruments and other just loud sound, I wasn't as self-conscious, and I wasn't as hesitant and as timid playing. So it really just kind of frees you up a little bit more. That way you're not focused solely on what you're hearing here and being like, that doesn't sound good. Well, it just frees you up to be a little bit more confident. And that's what you need when you're playing rhythm and you're playing acoustic. You want that confidence to be able to play freely without thinking too much up here. And then the last reason why this is probably the easiest way to get better at playing acoustic worship is because it feels good just to be able to worship and to be able to play and just cut loose a little bit with the song, whether you have it in your headphones or you just have it blasted. When you're cutting it loose, this kind of goes with the previous point. When you cut loose and you just kind of go after it and you're like, all right, I know I'm gonna mess a few things up here, but it's all good. I'm just gonna kind of let it rip. When you do that, you're less technical. You're less worried about, okay, down, down, up, down, down. You just kind of flow, and sometimes things just happen. Like you might do like a weird, crazy strum that like you never knew you could do, and it sounded cool, and it was just from the moment because you were in the moment, you were in the worship, and you weren't thinking about your strumming, you weren't thinking about chord changes, all those things. So I will say this before you go out onto your worship team the next Sunday and try to do some crazy guitar move that, you know, this guy on YouTube told you to do because he said to cut loose and just kind of do some new strums. Don't do that, but just it frees you up to be able to be less technical and just go, man. Just go cut loose and worship. So by far, this would be the easiest way to get better at playing acoustic worship. If you're a beginner, even if you've been playing for a while, it's just going to help you just tremendously. So again, in all my lessons, in the video description, I list what key it's in, what capo to put it on, and what chord shapes to play, whether it's shapes in the key of G, shapes in the key of D, the key of C, whatever it may be. And then again, I always have these chord charts listed and put on my Patreon page, which I'll link in the description below if you want to, you know, go there, print them off, download them, whatever you need to do. So I hope this helps you out. I think it will. If you have questions, as always, just, you know, leave it down below. Let me know what you're confused about, what you have a question on, and I'll do the best I can to help you out. So love y'all. I'll see you soon.